Today we are going to take a trip to Titan, the birthplace of Thanos, the one who came and destroyed everyone. Titan is the largest moon of Saturn, the second largest in the solar system and larger than any of the dwarf planets of the solar system. It is the only moon known to have a dense atmosphere, and is the only known object in space other than Earth on which clear evidence of stable bodies of surface liquid has been found. Titan is one of the 7 gravitationally rounded moons in orbit around Saturn, and the second most distant from Saturn of those 7. Frequently described as a planet-like moon, Titan is 50% larger than Earth's moon and 80% more massive. It is the second largest moon in the solar system after Jupiter's moon Ganymede, and is larger than the planet Mercury, but only 40% as massive. Discovered in 1655 by the Dutch astronomer Christiaan Huygens, Titan was the first known moon of Saturn, and the 6th known planetary satellite. Titan orbits Saturn at 20 Saturn radii. From Titan's surface, Saturn subtends an arc of 5.09 degrees, and if it were visible through the moon's thick atmosphere, it would appear 11.4 times larger in the sky, in diameter, than the moon from Earth, which subtends 0.48 degrees of arc. The atmosphere of Titan is largely nitrogen. Minor components lead to the formation of methane and ethane clouds and heavy organonitrogen haze. The climate, including wind and rain, creates surface features similar to those of Earth, such as dunes, rivers, lakes, seas, and deltas, and is dominated by seasonal weather patterns as on Earth. With its liquids and robust nitrogen atmosphere, Titan's methane cycle bears a striking similarity to Earth's water cycle, albeit at the much lower temperature of about 94 K. Due to these factors, Titan has been described as the most Earth-like celestial object in the solar system. The name Titan, and the names of all 7 satellites of Saturn then known, came from John Herschel, in his 1847 publication Results of Astronomical Observations made during the years 1834, 5, 6, 7, 8, at the Cape of Good Hope. Numerous small moons have been discovered around Saturn since then. Saturnian moons are named after mythological giants. The name Titan comes from the Titans, a race of immortals in Greek mythology. Titan orbits Saturn once every 15 days and 22 hours. Like Earth's moon and many of the satellites of the giant planets, its rotational period is identical to its orbital period. Titan is tidally locked in synchronous rotation with Saturn, and permanently shows one face to the planet. Longitudes on Titan are measured westward, starting from the meridian passing through this point. Titan is the only known moon with a significant atmosphere, and its atmosphere is the only nitrogen-rich dense atmosphere in the solar system aside from Earth's. Observations of it made in 2004 by Cassini suggest that Titan is a super-rotator, like Venus, with an atmosphere that rotates much faster than its surface. Observations from the Voyager space probes have shown that Titan's atmosphere is denser than Earth's, with a surface pressure about 1.45 atmospheres. It is also about 1.19 times as massive as Earth's overall, or about 7.3 times more massive on a per surface area basis. Opaque haze layers block most visible light from the Sun and other sources and obscure Titan's surface features. Titan's lower gravity means that its atmosphere is far more extended than Earth's. The atmosphere of Titan is opaque at many wavelengths, and as a result, a complete reflectance spectrum of the surface is impossible to acquire from orbit. It was not until the arrival of the Cassini-Huygens spacecraft in 2004 that the first direct images of Titan's surface were obtained. Titan's surface temperature is about 94 K. At this temperature, water ice has an extremely low vapor pressure, so the little water vapor present appears limited to the stratosphere. Titan receives about 1% as much sunlight as Earth. Before sunlight reaches the surface, about 90% has been absorbed by the thick atmosphere, leaving only 0.1% of the amount of light Earth receives. Atmospheric methane creates a greenhouse effect on Titan's surface, without which Titan would be much colder. Conversely, haze in Titan's atmosphere contributes to an anti-greenhouse effect by absorbing sunlight, cancelling a portion of the greenhouse effect and making its surface significantly colder than its upper atmosphere. The possibility of hydrocarbon seas on Titan was first suggested based on Voyager 1 and 2 data that showed Titan to have a thick atmosphere of approximately the correct temperature and composition to support them. But direct evidence was not obtained until 1995 when data from Hubble and other observations suggested the existence of liquid methane on Titan, either in disconnected pockets or on the scale of satellite-wide oceans, similar to water on Earth. The Cassini mission confirmed the former hypothesis. When the probe arrived in the Saturnian system in 2004, it was hoped that hydrocarbon lakes or oceans would be detected from the sunlight reflected off their surface, but no specular reflections were initially observed. Near Titan's south pole, an enigmatic dark feature named Ontario Locus was identified. A possible shoreline was also identified near the pole via radar imagery. Following a flyby on July 22, 2006, in which the Cassini spacecraft's radar imaged the northern latitudes, several large, smooth patches were seen dotting the surface near the pole. Based on the observations, scientists announced definitive evidence of lakes filled with methane on Saturn's moon Titan in January 2007. The Cassini-Huygens team concluded that the imaged features are almost certainly the long-sought hydrocarbon lakes, the first stable bodies of surface liquid found outside Earth. Some appear to have channels associated with liquid and lie in topographical depressions. The liquid erosion features appear to be a very recent occurrence. Channels in some regions have created surprisingly little erosion, suggesting erosion on Titan is extremely slow, or some other recent phenomena may have wiped out older riverbeds and landforms. Overall, the Cassini radar observations have shown that lakes cover only a small percentage of the surface, making Titan much drier than Earth, and most of the lakes are concentrated near the poles. Titan is never visible to the naked eye, but can be observed through small telescopes or strong binoculars. Amateur observation is difficult because of the proximity of Titan to Saturn's brilliant globe and ring system. The first probe to visit the Saturnian system was Pioneer 11 in 1979, which revealed that Titan was probably too cold to support life. It took images of Titan, including Titan and Saturn together in mid to late 1979. Titan was examined by both Voyager 1 and 2 in 1980 and 1981, respectively. Voyager 1's trajectory was designed to provide an optimized Titan flyby, during which the spacecraft was able to determine the density, composition, and temperature of the atmosphere, and obtain a precise measurement of Titan's mass. This was one of the most extraordinary moons of the solar system. If this video is useful, like it, and forgetting to subscribe is a big mistake for you.